What's good, Boxing Lounge? It's your boy. Figured I'd make a little video, talk about boxing in general, and in particularly fighters that, I'm probably gonna be covering a few things, but I'm gonna be covering mostly fighters that, avoid certain fighters and stuff like that. Certain guys getting their lucky break. But for years, fans got on people's back like Mayweather, etc. to fight these guys and all that, right? But a lot of these guys, the same guys that, bash guys like Mayweather, praise other fighters from the past who avoided fighters. Now, I know you guys heard of Charlie Burley and the Black Murderers Row and all that. I mean, I know some of you young cats might not have heard of that. But, a lot of you dudes who follow into the boxing heavy know about the Black Murderers Row and Charlie Burley and all that. Well, for those who don't know, the Black Murderers Row was a group of dudes, black fighters, who couldn't get nobody to fight them, basically. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Burley is one of the more notable names that was part of this group. He's one of the guys who, they said that Sugar Ray Robinson didn't want to fight at all. Sugar Ray Robinson did not want to fight this guy. You know what I'm saying? And, he's part of the Black Murderers Row. And pretty much what they had to do was to form their own tournament just to fight each other. And they fought each other several times. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't get nobody else to fight them. I think they even had their own champion and shit or some shit like that, too. Quote me if I'm wrong, some of you older guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of freestyling, going off my head. But, yeah, they had to fight each other. Why? Because the guys who was a little bit more, and these guys were dangerous fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got some guys today that's something like that who hasn't got their shot yet, man. But back to what I was saying. These guys was dangerous fighters. They was good as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And the names like Jake LaMotta, Sugar Ray Robinson, you know what I'm saying? All those type of guys, they avoided these dudes like the plague. They want no parts of them. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like, now Ali is one guy I can honestly say they probably didn't avoid nobody. I haven't heard nothing like that. I haven't seen nothing like that. Ali fought every fucking body. He didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Ali is the fucking GOAT. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I seen some dude saying some bullshit about Ali the other day. I think he was trolling. Boy, he had to get removed from the group immediately because we ain't playing that shit. Ali was not an overrated bitch. That nigga fought every motherfucking body. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? But you got guys like the Fabulous Four, right? You know what I'm saying? They fought each other. Yeah, of course. They fought each other. But the guy I'm really aiming for on this is Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I love Sugar Ray Leonard. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest talents in boxing of all time. You know what I'm saying? Hands down. But for those who dig deeper into the sport and not just being a fandom, Sugar Ray Robinson Sugar Ray Leonard was on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He was on some bullshit. He was a slick dude on the business side. He was slick as fuck. And he was good as hell at, there's a lot of guys he avoided, man. He avoided Aaron Pryor. That's one of the most notable, stories out there in regards to, who they didn't fight. Aaron Pryor was calling for a fight for years with Sugar Ray Leonard. And Ray Leonard was pretty much dissing him, not even acknowledging him, not giving him, downplaying him in his face, pretty much saying, and I guess it got to the point where Aaron Pryor just got tired and eventually he, what happened there after that. But he didn't get this guy his chance, man. He didn't really give him his chance. Then there's another guy, Mike McCallum. Never got his shot. He called out all the Fabulous Four, called out Marvin Hagler, all these guys. None of them wanted to fight this guy. Body snatcher was snatching everybody. You know what I'm saying? Who else? What's his name? Donald Curry was like number one pound for pound guy at the time. You know what I'm saying? And this is around one of the times I think Sugar Ray Leonard was commentating this shit. He literally told Donald Curry, because Donald Curry wanted to fight Hagler. He told Donald Curry, don't take that fight, something. Then 2 weeks later, he's taking the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So Donald Curry was mad. He had a bone to pick with Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to fight Sugar Ray Leonard. He was calling him out. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fight him. He avoided him. You know what I'm saying? Then we have Michael Nunn. You know, he didn't want to fight him. Michael Nunn was a bad dude at the time. You know, he was a bad dude. You know, he's whooping everybody. And Sugar Ray Leonard didn't want to fight him either. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys that Sugar Ray Leonard didn't fight. While people like to nitpick on certain fighters from today, well, there's fighters from yesterday that did it too, but see, we just didn't have the social media back then to really react to certain things as quickly. And, you know, I'm just say this, man, social media is a powerful tool. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be getting on these fighters and shit like that about taking these fights and trying to get y'all to rally behind it, because this shit is a powerful tool. You know what I'm saying? The pressure is on AJ right now to make this fight happen. Big time. It's on him. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because social media. If we didn't have social media, this fight would be getting stretched out for who knows how long. You know what I'm saying? But, like I was saying, these dudes like to nitpick on certain fighters from today. And, you know, their favorite fighters from back in the day was ducking. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard, there's no excuse. I don't want to hear nothing about him being past his prime too old. He was in his early 30s when Michael Nunn was calling him out. You know what I'm saying? The early 30s. How many times did he retire? Like 3? You know what I'm saying? Like he was a pretty fucked up dude, man. I like Sugar Ray Leonard, but he was a diva, man. He was a bona fide diva. You know what I'm saying? He just was, man. And he didn't give a fuck either. He didn't care. He had no shame. He'll be smiling like a motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care. But Marvin Hagler, you know, those guys, they never gave, you know, guys like Michael McCallum their shot. And it's like, what would have Michael McCallum had have been if he had got his shot? You know what I'm saying? You guys just think about shit like that, man. Today, too. You know, like guys like Demetrius Andre, for example. He's been very vocal in getting a fight with Gennady Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of guys are dismissing Andre because of his past, you know, behavior or whatever. You know, he'll call out certain guys, but then, you know the story with Andre. I don't want to get into all that because I ain't got all day with this video. But right now, as of right now, Demetrius Andre is calling out Gennady Golovkin. Short notice fight is May 5th. He wants to fight, right? We may never know how Andre is almost already in his 30s now. He really hasn't had no big names on his resume. He has been calling guys out. Let's be real, people. And it's up to these other guys to call his bluff. You know what I'm saying? You never heard not one guy call out Andre, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's calling out Andre. I know he's a high risk, low reward type of guy, but we gotta also look at the fact that we may be missing out on a potential great right here. And he may never get his fucking shot. He may, by the time he do get a big fight, he may be past his prime, or he may be just worn out already just from trying to get fights and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. Certain guys may never get their shot until later on, and then they might not even be at their best no more. And it's like, what could he have been? You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So as of right now, I've been up and down with Andre over the years. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, I started over a clean slate. He's calling out these guys. He's trying to get these fights. But ain't shit happening for him. So what is he to do? You know what I'm saying? The fans is not really backing him. You know what I'm saying? To help kind of push this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're just looking at it as he's not being serious. But what if he really is? I mean, he got to eat too, right? He wants to try to prove himself too still, right? You know what I'm saying? I say Triple G should call his bluff. Or, you know, some of these guys need to call these fighters bluff. But, you know, fans don't really get behind that shit. And then, you know, it's almost like a way to protect their fighter. And, you know, we may never see a potential great in the making or nothing. We may never see that. We may never see a potential great matchup because the fans didn't want it. Because they think a guy isn't serious. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. You know, boxing fans like to praise the fighters who avoid fighters. You You know what I'm saying? But they'll shit on a guy who's in the ring fighting a guy who's a random no-name guy who stepped up. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody else wants to fight him. Guys like Lara have been going through this for years. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jerry Hurd for stepping up, man. That was some real shit right there. Not many guys want to fight Edis like Lara. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Who else? Who else we got? We got Adonis Stevenson, another guy who people call a ducker and all this other shit. But they don't even know the full story. Adonis Stevenson and Kovalev was scheduled to fight. But then Al Heyman said, hey, there's some money on the table over here with Showtime, blah, blah, blah. We might need to go over there and check them out. So that's what happened. He ended up going where the money was at because his advisor, Al Heyman, advised him to. You know what I'm saying? The fight was pretty much set. They was scheduled to fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they was already pretty much, you know what I'm saying? But they wanted to go to Showtime because they was offering more money. But HBO didn't want to work, you know what I'm saying? They didn't want to co-promote and shit. So the fight fell apart. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it, I don't feel like getting too deep into that situation. You just have to do your own homework. But the last thing we heard about Kovalev and Adonis Stevenson was after the Andre Ward second fight, and Kovalev was on his way to comeback or whatever, and he was saying, you know, they were saying fight Adonis. Adonis was calling him out. And he was saying, no, you're too old. You saying he was too old. That was his excuse. Adonis is too old now. But you fought a 51-year-old Bernard Hopkins, but you won't fight Adonis Stevenson. Why? Because Adonis Stevenson dangerous as fuck, man. Despite how people feel about the guy, the nigga dangerous as hell. And we don't, and let's be real too, again. Because like I said, I always got to just be honest. Only guy I've seen that was somewhat, you know, decent, they called out Adonis Stevenson is Badu Jack. Badu Jack is trying to prove his greatness. You know what I'm saying? That should be commended. That should be respected. Because niggas is not calling out Adonis Stevenson like that. Let's just be honest. People like to shit on Adonis Stevenson, say this and that and other. He's the guy with the belt. These guys need to try to come fight him. But we have who have we seen come? Even his mandatory is paying. Who's actually taking step aside money. So obviously the guy don't want to fight him that bad. You know what I'm saying? Obviously he don't want to fight him that bad if he keep taking the step aside money for whatever reason. And now Adonis doesn't do himself any favors either. You know what I'm saying? He's not very vocal about things. He does kind of like weird shit to make you think like, what the fuck is you on, dog? Why'd you fight for Alfaro 2 times, dude? For what? Why? But other than that, nobody's really calling him out like that either. Andre Ward, I mean, I feel he retired because he didn't want to have to fight that guy. I mean, I'm just being honest. And I love Andre Ward. He's one of my favorite boxers. He's, you know, all that. But I feel that he didn't want to fight Adonis Stevenson. That's just what I feel. I feel like he didn't want to fight Adonis Stevenson, man. So my thing is, man, you know, you guys, fans like to shit on certain fighters and shit, and it's taboo to be an Adrien Broner fan. If Adrien Broner is not ducking fighters, yeah, he come up short and shit, you know what I'm saying, mostly because he don't let his hands go. But he's never really just outclassed. He don't be getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting tougher guys. He's fighting bigger guys. You know what I'm saying? But then you got guys like Keith Thurman who wants to pull out man, don't even get me started on him. You know what I'm saying? He fought 2 tough guys and he's done. You know what I'm saying? He's done. You got dogs like Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. Nah, he's hiding. He's holding up the division and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Fans just get behind the wrong things, man. Fans need to really be more vocal and start putting the pressure on these fighters more. I understand that's your favorite fighter, dude. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you'll never hear me on here trying to protect my favorite fighter. If I do want to fight my favorite fighter, man, my favorite fighter better step the fuck up and fight this motherfucker. Especially if he's a top contender him damn self and it's a reasonable fight. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with Demetrius Andrade? That's a good fight. That is a great fight. Triple G should have the momentum. He should have the edge. He's been in training camp already. Andre just been chilling. Same thing with Sergey Gerievchenko. He's mandatory. You know what I'm saying? He's IBF mandatory. He could fight that guy. Get that out the way. Nah, Triple G don't want to do that. He don't do mandatories no more. Ever since we got Charlo and what's his name? Gerievchenko as mandatories, he don't do mandos no more. He used to always do his mandatories though. When it was Dominic Wade's and shit like that. He'll fight them. Come on, man, wake up. But yeah, man, I'm kind of just rambling. I just wanted to just give y'all my thoughts on the whole boxing thing. You know, I like at the end of the day, I respect all fighters. You know, all fighters, and all I wanted to see is the best fight the best. That's it. That's my whole motive. There's no real agenda behind what I do. My whole thing is the best fight the best. You know what I'm saying? It got nothing to do with being black, white, and all that fucking shit that these clowns think. No, I ain't got nothing, because I'm on AJ's bumper right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been on AJ's bumper. And dudes probably get tired of seeing it, but that's what you got to do. You gotta fucking be on these dudes, man, make this shit happen. Social media is a very powerful tool, whether you think somebody's watching or not. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got for y'all, man. I just wanted to chat it up real quick, talk some boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? Just peace out, y'all. Have a good day.